Alright, it's June 28th, Wednesday, and today I'm doing something a little different. I'm on my brother's computer right now, and we're gonna be doing a bunch of computer stuff today. First off, we're gonna download some software to monitor his temps and his current state of his computer, because he needed to get it fixed. So, and then I'm gonna go in, clean it all up, and fix any issues. And hopefully, we can see FPS differences. I don't know. But right now I'm gonna download all the software and show you guys. So let me outline for you the procedure I took to fix my brother's computer. So first I would run some diagnostic tests on the PC with hardware info and MSI Afterburner. These would allow me to record the temperatures of the PC before the cleaning and afterward at both idle and when the computer was under stress in a Valorant game, so that I can accurately prove if PC cleaning does jack all. Also, for all you computer nerds out there, this computer was a pre-built. We bought it a few years ago, I think 2.5 to 3 years ago off Amazon, and the CPU is a Ryzen 3700X with a 2070 Super. So now you can hear past Andy talk a little bit about the temps and the system at idle. The most important thing is the temps, which right now is idle 63, which is okay. The GPU is also at 40, which is actually like a fine temperature, so that's not too bad for a idle temp. So 55% of the memory is used up, so that's insane. This is a 16 gigabyte RAM computer, so that's kind of a lot because a lot of Google tabs are open. But I'm gonna boot up Valorant and run just training course. I'm just gonna see how it looks. Okay, so I'm just in a game of Spike Rush, which is, I don't know, comparable to what you'd be playing in Valorant. So right now we're running at 74 degrees, 73 degrees in game, in the menu. So like the main thing we should be looking at is the relationship between the GPU and the CPU in terms of its percentage usability, because we want the GPU to be always the highest, and 100% would be the best because we're not GPU over, or it's not CPU clocked at all. Okay, we're at 81 degrees. Alright, cool, we want one round. So I looked at there, we're at peaking 80 degrees Celsius on the CPU, 64 on the GPU. So, as you can see right here, after that game, our GPU temp peaked at 78, peaked at 74, so that's still okay. CPU temp maxed at 89, which is dangerously too high in my opinion. 90% CPU is also a little bit too high. And you can see that the peaks, I mean, that's just one peak. It might not have been like an average. You can see based off this that there's definitely a CPU temperature difference. And we're gonna write these down and compare it after our cleanup, so you can see how everything changed. I think the most concerning one is the CPU temperature. And here's a table with all the data that we just gathered. And note that the idle pre-cleanup data is all an average. Is a little different. Everything else will be in peak for the stress tests. But now, after gathering all the data for the pre-cleanup portion, we're going to open up the computer and start the cleanup process. So, initial inspections of the computer. So, one, the wrap hasn't been undone, which is really stupid. But, bottom of the computer, and look at this. Oh my gosh, that is just pure dust down there. But first let's. So you probably never did that. Clean up the dust. So following in the steps of the great line of tech tips, I did this whole PC cleanup on carpet in my hallway because I didn't want to get any dust in my nice apartment. Alright, anyways, the first thing I did was obviously clean up the dust, and here's a little time-lapse video of me doing it, and it got everywhere. Oh. Let me get this. So, the plate, beautiful, ain't it? It's got these slots right here for your fuel management, right? There's some tweezers right there. Okay, so right now we're going to take off the CPU cooler, replace the thermal paste. So my brother bought this new TM30 Corsair thermal paste, like the cheapest one you can buy at Best Buy. I use it for my computer too. Yeah, so I don't actually know how to take this out. I mean, it looks like a Wraith cooler, whatever it's called. So you're gonna figure it out when I figure it out.
So I spent about 10 minutes just Googling and messing about with the cooler because I've never actually used this cooler before. I've used the normal Wraith Stealth cooler, not this like bath prism one, the special RGB one. But this one doesn't use screws, it uses like these weird brackets. And it was so freaking annoying to take it out.
Dude, what? I don't understand how this bracket shit works. So it's connected at the bottom. This shit ain't coming up. How? Honestly, I'm just like wondering who designed this computer to be so shit. Like, why are these latches like this? Oh my god, bro. Who designed this computer? Like, who thought these bullshit clips were a good idea? Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to figure this out. Okay, all the guides just told me to keep doing the same thing and just pray, so fine, I'll disconnect the fucking GPU. No, I don't want to give up. Dude, this is like, there's no way a CPU cooler should be this hard to disconnect.
At this point, I was a little concerned that I would like pull the whole motherboard, the CPU and everything off with the cooler because I didn't want to press too hard because again, these are very delicate components. But I found that you can be very forceful with these quote-unquote delicate components.
Are you good, bro? Like, what the fuck is this? Okay, fuck this. I'm gonna finish it. Oh, nah. This, no way. This side's stuck too. This one's so easy. You just push it and pull out, and it's done. Okay, cool. Got the graphics card out. There you go. It's out. Load out of the way. Okay, there we go. So now that I got the cooler out, I might as well also clean the internal part of it. Take the fan out. So I'll figure out how to do that.
So right now I think is a good time to outline my procedure for how I'm cleaning up his computer. So number one, I was already shown, but I cleaned all the dust out and I removed the CPU cooler. Now I'm going to take apart the CPU cooler and clean out the insides because some dust can accumulate in the inside. Then I'm going to replace the thermal paste and just put the cooler back on. So that is the procedure. So it shouldn't be that bad.
There's these clips on the edge right here, but they don't actually do anything. They just sort of show you where it is, I think. So usually just do that. Huh. Okay, well look at that. Oh my gosh, look how dusty that is. So wipe that off. So right now I'm trying to attach this back in. It's being a hell of a pain in the ass because this shit is designed so horribly. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to hate AMD. Yeah, just starting to hate AMD. It's so bad. Design this piece of shit. Like, what is that? Man, I'm the best at building computers, clearly. Oh my god. I'm about to go buy a new cooler. Because that would honestly be easy. I'm gonna take my Ryzen, my Wraith cooler, bro. That would honestly be easier than this shit. You guys can't see, but I don't think you guys want to see. This is so stupid, bro. Gosh, I give up. I hate this. Oh my god, I hate this. Why aren't you going in? Holy shit, that worked. Holy shit, that worked. Oh my god, I'm fucking genius.
So you're probably wondering why I am just randomly putting the cooler on, even though I haven't replaced the thermal paste yet, and that's because I'm practicing how to install a cooler because I've never done before. Because every time I install coolers and replace thermal paste, it always goes wrong somehow.
Okay, the video guide tells me that I need significant force. I am literally pushing so hard, I think the motherboard's bending. Because I know, I've installed plenty of coolers in my day. Every time, without fail, I put the thermal paste in, and it's a fucking nightmare because the shit gets everywhere. I have to re-clean 5 times because I can't seem to clip it on correctly. Are these standoffs too thin or something? There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell this is possible. I'm literally pushing with 500 pounds of force in this fucking cooler, and it's gonna break the motherboard if I try any harder.
Eventually, I was able to successfully install the cooler, so now I had to get rid of the old thermal paste, so I just used some hydrogen peroxide solution and some Q-tips. Then I just put on some new thermal paste and installed the cooler. It was actually way easier this time, didn't take that long.
Smooth. Is any clips on? Clipped. That's not going anywhere. Woo! Let's go, I did it! There you go.
Then I just put back the graphics card and reconnected the power, and then put back the temporary glass for the case, and did a little bit extra cleaning, and that's about it.
There you go. Computer turned on, so that means it didn't break. No. PC was making weird noises, and now I know why. There's a motherfucking... How did I even get in there?
So Past Andy unfortunately couldn't capture any of the audio, but I'll just say it right now. So for the CPU temp, the average for idle was 60.7, the CPU usage was 4%, the GPU temperature was 35.5 degrees Fahrenheit, and the GPU usage was 21%. And I'll have a neat table to show you guys after the stress test.
What the fuck? First of all, how did I die a one body shot Marshall, bro? That's what? That's how that works now? What? That's crazy, bro. That's literally an op. For all it looks, oh my god, I just saw the degree spike to 80.
So Andy from the past messed up the audio, so he can't tell you personally, but I can because I have the magic of editing. Anyways, the CPU temperature peaked at 83 degrees Fahrenheit. The CPU usage peaked at 100%, the GPU temperature peaked at 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and the GPU usage peaked at 83%. And here's a little table to show the values that we collected throughout the study, I guess. And here's a table of standard deviation, which I don't even know what that is. I tried doing a chi-square test until I realized that I have no values to compare it with. So I can't do any significance to that, but I can show you guys at least that the values did indeed change. So in my personal anecdotal evidence, I feel like cleaning your computer does do something. So that wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit different style of editing and content in general. I don't really do computer stuff very often. If you guys want to see more, I can definitely do more computer stuff in the future. But it was a fun little project, and I helped my brother on the side as well. As for what I'm doing right now, when this is uploaded, I will be on my trip, so I will be MIA for a couple of days, and hopefully this little video will, I don't know, entertain you guys. It was really fun to make and really fun to do, so I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!